$2,483.27. And our savings account was $2,483.86. So our total OSU balance is $3,977.13. We have an outstanding check of $190. Our PayPal balance is $163.03. Our Square Up balance is 81 cents. Our cash balance is $1.11. So our total assets are $3,952.08. That's the end of the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Andy. Secretary's report. Ted.
Earlier this week, I sent out the meeting minutes from August, and Paul quickly identified the fact that I had I had said Anthony led the last meeting when it was he. So my apologies. That's why you got two of them in close proximity, two meetings. So if there's any other errors, additions, or deletions, let me know. I will be happy to make those corrections.
All right. Thank you, Ted. Um, looks like Scott's still doing the file transfer there. Uh, old business. Actually, just uh, just about a week ago was the picnic in Poda. How was that?
So we had, I think it was 13 or 14 show up, and I think everybody had a good time. We had several people make 10 contacts. I know I made 10 after just about everybody left, and actually got them logged into the W7PRA ID there on PODA. So the club got credit for at least 10. I think we had like I said, I think we had a great time, and I know I definitely enjoyed it. Got to eat some new dishes I hadn't had before, and the brownies were great too. I didn't bring them. But I think it was Larry that brought this.
Oh yeah. Those scout people know how to cook. Any other comments on picnic and Poda?
Yeah, I think we had a good time. I set up two, and unfortunately, I didn't make any contacts, but that's okay. I had a nice time talking to people, um, and the weather was very nice. I wish there were more of us there. You know, we had just kind of a relatively small crew, so I hope maybe next year we'll get more people to come out.
Yep. I unfortunately had obligations kind of go in the opposite direction, so hopefully next year.
It's all right.
Uh, other upcoming events. The Aries is hosting a tech class on October 11th, 12th, and 13th. Uh, Let me pull up, see where we're at as far as registrations. October. So currently we have only two people signed up to, well, actually I have one person signed up to take the class and two people signed up to take the test. So if you know anybody that's interested, Scott has been a fantastic instructor and has had a very high success rate. So if you know anybody that's looking to get their ticket, start out with the tech, they can go to bcares.org and sign up for that. If we get enough, as long as we get enough people signed up to take the test, we'll at least do the test, even if we don't have enough to do the class. Uh, yeah, that is the 11th through the 13th. And if anybody's looking at beyond the tech class, that we'll also have the all three tests will be available. So if anybody's looking to upgrade, they can do that. And then the following weekend, which works out pretty well, if anybody does do their get their ticket or upgrades, is Swaptoberfest in Rickwell. That would be October 19th. And if you haven't seen and want details, swaptoberfest.com instead of swaptoberfest.org. I don't know all the details, but it sounds like they lost access to managing the swaptoberfest.org domain and website. And so they decided that the faster route to get up and running again was to just register swaptoberfest.com. And hopefully they'll be working on whatever they need to do to get their swaptoberfest.org domain back, or at least dealt with so that they're not don't have conflicting information with last year at the same time. So there's that one. Also at the on the 19th is Jamboree on the Air. So if anybody wants to go show off some radio to some scouts, it's a pretty good event and really fun to do. Contact Larry Diedrift if you're interested in helping out with that. And then tentatively, I'll probably jump the gun here a little bit on Scott, but so Scott's had good success with the technician class, and we're soliciting interest in possibly running a general class that would be taught by Scott, looking at probably a later October, November timeframe. Exact dates and schedule to be determined, but if you're interested in or know somebody that would like to do the upgrade, they can contact Scott, and we'll get you on the list and keep you apprised on that. And also, if there ever is enough interest for maybe even an extra class, we'll down the road we can look at that too. So, Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Anthony, on that note, what was it, about a week ago or so? I sent out a general email out to a lot of people who had taken our classes in the last this year anyway, and I've gotten about 4 or 5 responses that are sort of positive. I mean, not sort of, they are by people who would like to take that class, and some of them even have, or a couple of them even have their general already, but they would like to take the classes because they just, kind of winged it on getting the general, I guess, or memorized a bunch of stuff and they don't remember anything. So we're planning to, more or less have a 4-week class or something to that effect. It'll be kind of flexible, 4 to 5 weeks, and it would be 1 day a week, maybe 3 hours a week or something to that effect. And so far I've got at least 4 people that say that they're interested. And then I'm going to send out another volley of emails again to kind of, just kind of keep reminding people that this is going to be happening. Hopefully we'll get a few more, and then we might have, I don't know. I'm hoping to have somewhere between 5 and 10 people to start the class with, and see where it goes from there. And then if it works out well, we could do it again next year, or maybe a couple of times next year, and so forth. And then, as Anthony said, maybe even string together an extra class course as well. So we'll see how it all goes. But that's the story so far. So yeah, there is interest from some of these people. And if you know anybody, spread the word. It'll be in Corvallis, of course. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that, Anthony.
All right. Thanks, Scott. All right. So that's all I've got for stuff on the agenda that I'm aware of. Anybody have anything else before we roll into the presentation?
No, let me get that set up.